Hi guys, welcome back. Another episode. Guys, today might be a little different because I'm going to put this on the podcast. It's not technically a podcast, but it kind of is technically a podcast because I'm not going to do any cuts. But we're talking Avengers Endgame spoilers. This is your official spoiler warning. If you haven't seen the movie, stop listening, stop watching, stop doing what you're doing. Go watch the movie, then come back. But this will be spoiler heavy. I'm going over the ending, going over the beginning, going over everything that happens. So if you haven't seen it, get the fuck out of here. Love you guys. But welcome back. If you're still here, I hope you enjoyed the movie. I hope to hear your thoughts on the movie because I was blown away. Technically, blown away out of my seat. I was in my seat. I went a few rows back. Okay? Blown away. Loved it. Loved it. Let's go over it. Huh? Let's do it. Okay. I fucking love this movie. One of the best I've ever seen. Let's just start from the beginning. Let's go over it, okay? Starting with Hawkeye's family dying and getting dusted. Brutal. Give it to me, baby. I love that. That set the tone. It set the tone for the character. It was fantastic. And then we go to see Tony and Nebula, of course, in the Guardian ship, doing what they're doing. We find out it's 22 days after the snap, and Tony is fucked up, dude. He's all infected. He's skinny as shit, skinnier than me. And I think the CGI they did on Tony to make him look all emaciated and like malnourished and shit was really cool. They spend money on that, you can really tell. So I thought that was cool. Having Captain Marvel rescue Tony was, fine. It's fine by me. I kind of wish Tony was able to use his ingenuity a bit more, but he tried. As he stated, they just couldn't get it back up. They got like 48 hours of flight time or something like that. But, it was the easiest and the fastest way to get him back to Earth was Captain Marvel. So fuck it, I'm okay with it. She was used pretty well in the movie. She was executed perfectly. They didn't overuse her. She wasn't too overpowered. She didn't stop the whole universe from dying. Like, she fought Thanos a little bit. She was pretty powerful, but he whooped her too. So it was good to see that they didn't overuse her. And then where's I going? I have some notes here because the movie was obviously extremely long. Yes, I was not expecting Tony's and Cap's reunion to be so hate-filled. Tony was super mad at Cap for not being there. Called him a liar. He was like, "You're a liar. You said we would lose. I told you we'd lose. We fucking lost. I told you we needed a suit of armor around the world. We didn't put it and we lost. Look at what happened." He was mad. I didn't expect that to be their reunion, but it did set the tone again for Tony feeling the failure and the whole team feeling the failure. But it worked. I was not expecting it, but it worked. So kudos. And within the first 15 minutes of the movie, they go to the planet where Thanos is, the garden. They find out he's destroyed the Infinity Stones because the work is done, as he says. It'll always be done. And Thor just gets pissed off, cuts his fucking arm off, and cuts his head off. End of Thanos. Boom. There you go. And that's pretty much actually the end of their plan. At that point, they didn't know what to do. If the Infinity Stones are gone, they're gone. They didn't know of anything to do at that point. So 5 years later, that's how it jumps forward. Just 5 years later, after cutting Thanos' head off, this is how we come back. And I knew that was going to happen. I called that time jump way back in like September. I knew there was going to be a big time jump. I specifically said 5 years too, so I was right. Executed well though. Let me see what I was going to say. Oh yeah, the Thor's evolution in those 5 years, or de-evolution if you will, worked great. I love comedic Thor. I know Thor in the comic books is like really serious and like not likable. He's just like powerful. Cool. But Thor in the movies, since Ragnarok, being the comedic, like having that comedic like force behind him, it works perfectly, especially for Chris Hemsworth. People said that they were like overusing the joke of him being like the Lebowski. I thought it was fucking awesome. Stop complaining. You're just nitpicking. That shit was cool and it was funny and it worked. Fat Thor. One of the best Avengers is Fat Thor. I loved it. Professor Hulk, too. People were complaining about Professor Hulk. Guys, we all read, like I read the comics. It doesn't have to be the exact same. It doesn't. It's beautiful when it is. It's beautiful when it's not. And they take their own liberties. Stop fucking complaining, you nerd little pussies. God. Professor Hulk was tight. And the CGI on him was fucking impeccable. Beautiful. and he was like a perfect amalgamation of Hulk and Banner. That shit was beautiful. We got to see the Hulk use brains for once. We've seen him smash things and be powerful. We've seen that. Let's let him be smart. It was fucking awesome. I loved it. Let's go. Give me more Professor Hulk. I doubt they will, but give me more. Oh yeah, the way Ant-Man came back definitely was a 1 in a billion chance, as Tony said. The way that it was a rat that just pressed a button for him to come back from the quantum realm. Okay, I'll accept it. Sorry if I just hit the camera there. But if they were like, if they tried to explain it in like a different way, maybe I wouldn't have accepted it. Like, that's definitely a 1 in a billion chance, and he could have come out 3 years later and still go contact the Avengers, or 7 years later. Like, it didn't have to happen at that 5-point mark, but it did, and that's fine. And that kind of just set things in motion. So completely random chance. I'm okay with that. I saw some reviews complaining about that as well, but again, fuck you. And just the time travel aspect in this movie, just in general, like it not being the time, or it not being the butterfly effect, and like not like Back to the Future. Like, if you go back and with that theory, with the butterfly effect, you go back. If you change the past, you change the future. You change the future. Excuse me. If you change the future. If you change the past, you change the future. Okay. And this, if you go back in time and you change things in the past, it just creates a new timeline. You can't go back and change your past. Your future your present will always be how you got there. You can go to different timelines, and it's kind of like the multiverse theory. Like, there's infinite possibilities for things to happen. And if something happens in a certain way, it's just a different timeline. So I think that's kind of how Doctor Strange looked at 14,605 possibilities. Those were all the timelines that were possible in the creation, or in the, with them traveling back. They could have gone to that many, or even more. It could be infinite. But I like that aspect, that it's not the butterfly effect, because if they did that, then they go back and change things. Everything that we just watched for the past 10 years means nothing. Like X-Men Days of Future Past. He went back, changed things. Everything we saw from X-Men 1 to Days of Future Past didn't happen. Jean Grey was back, Cyclops was back, nobody died, blah, blah, blah. But in this, it gave it some... It didn't set it in reality, but it gave it a bit more like... believability for me, because I believe in the multiverse theory, that there are an infinite amount of possibilities, and there's an infinite... It's crazy, but I like the way it worked. Okay, I will say that. I'm glad they didn't go the butterfly effect route, because it would have fucked the movie up and would have fucked the MCU up. So you guys know what you're writing, and I love you for it. Next page of my notes. But yes, next page of my notes, excuse me. Where was I? Oh yeah, giving Tony and Thor a chance to say goodbye to their parents. Tony traveled back to 1970 to get the Tesseract, to get some more Pym particles. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But him getting to say kind of goodbye to his father and see his father without him knowing that it is Tony, because it's before Tony's even born, was really great. It was very, very satisfying. And of course, Thor being able to talk to his mother, and her knowing that he's, she's a witch. She just knows that he's from a different time, and he's like, screw it, I'm going to talk to you. Let's do it. And he gets closure with his mother, which is beautiful, because I was really, really sad to see in Thor the Dark World, he didn't get to say bye to his mom before she died. She just got murdered in cold blood. So he got to say goodbye. And he got Mjolnir back from that timeline, baby. When he was summoning it, my foot got so erect. God, that shit was beautiful. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed the closure they got with their parents, because they never got that before, and it was very satisfying to see that. One gripe I did have was just that, I guess it's not even a gripe, it's really that I just didn't want it to happen. Obviously somebody had to have been sacrificed for the Soul Stone, and they chose Black Widow to be that sacrifice. It's fine that it was Hawkeye that made the sacrifice, or them two that went and got it, because that makes sense, because they love each other, and either one who gets sacrificed, the other's getting the Soul Stone, because they mean so much to them. Not that I wanted it to be Hawkeye, and not that Hawkeye means less or more, but kind of he means less to the Avengers, so it would have... I guess it would have made it less impactful if it was Hawkeye that got sacrificed. So it makes sense. I'm fine with that. But yeah, no, I'm not really fine with it. I wish Black Widow wasn't dead. So that sucks that she got sacrificed, and I hope they figure out a way to bring her back, or they're going to do prequels with her Black Widow movie. I don't know, but didn't want to see her die. It's like one negative I have with the movie. Fucking shit, that wall came out of nowhere. Didn't like it. Where else am I going? Oh, yes. Past Thanos. Coming to the present through the quantum realm. Did not see that coming. I thought they were just going to... I thought he was going to be resurrected and come back and fight them. But that was literally like... Thanos in the end battle was Thanos from like 9 years in the past. Very cool. Very, very cool. So he was able to see everything through Nebula... because the old Nebula or the past Nebula and the present Nebula were sharing the same network. So shit got fucked up. Clever way to bring him back, though, to the present, and to bring him, his past body back. So it worked well. Jesus Christ, that last fight with it was Thor, Iron Man, and Captain America versus Thanos, and Thor was like, all right, just making sure we're fighting him. And he fucking summoned Thor or Stormbreaker and Mjolnir, and he just put on his armor. Oh my god, that was so tight. And he was like braided beard and braided hair. Holy fuck, that was tight. That was tight. Iron Man's armor, that Mark 85, is hands down the coolest looking armor in all of the MCU, out of all of the movies, out of all everything. That shit is dope. Loved it. And then of course just the most beautiful shot, the most beautiful thing to happen in all of the MCU. Oh my god, the payoff. Cap wields Mjolnir. Cap gets Mjolnir and saves Thor. Oh god. God. That was great. That was fucking great. I was pooping. I was pooping when that happened, dude. That was so sick. He said... Still couldn't beat Thanos, but fuck you, bitch. He's worthy. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that was crazy. Oh my god, yes, that was awesome. Sorry. Having flashbacks. Oh yeah, bringing all the dusted people back to the present day instead of making them come back to the time they were dusted. It's going to be very, very interesting in how the MCU handles that going forward, especially with Spider-Man Spider-Man Far From Home coming out soon. It's is he just going back to school like nothing happened? Is he going back to school in 5 years, or like people who weren't dusted out of school got to graduate, they're already in college and he's just 15 again? Like, I don't know. That'll be interesting to see. But they specifically said, we're not bringing them back. We're not doing anything else. Bring the people that were dusted 5 years ago back to today. Don't erase the past 5 years. Okay. That's what they went with. But the final battle was a beautiful masterpiece. Avengers Assemble. Cap said it. Cap said, Avengers, summon Mjolnir. Haha, still have it. Assemble. And everybody's there. Everybody. Doctor Strange brought everybody back to that battle. And literally everybody, every superhero you've seen in a past Marvel movie was in this fucking battle. Holy shit. Holy shit. That was amazing. Chill-inducing, nerdgasm, just... Spider-Man turned on instant kill. There was a whole group of girls. Spider-Man was like, here's the Infinity Gauntlet. You want to get to the quantum tunnel? Take it. Captain Marvel's like, sweet. And Spider-Man's like, how are you going to get through all that? And all the girls are like, don't worry, bitch. She's got fucking help. Valkyrie, Okoye, Wasp, Mantis, Scarlet Witch, fucking Shuri, Captain Marvel. What girls am I missing? If I'm missing any, please excuse me. Valkyrie, did I already say that? Holy shit. They all just were like leading the charge. Pepper Potts uses the fucking rescue armor and just fucks shit up in this battle. Oh my god, it was so just like like it was almost sensory overload. I was about to have a seizure watching this final battle. That girl charge at the end was dope as hell. All the women banding together. Yes. Everything about this final battle. Yes. Okay? Yes. I wouldn't have done anything differently. It was perfect. And of course, we're going to have to go over the... the saddest part of the movie. Okay? It's very, very sad. Thanos gets the gauntlet. He gets the Stark gauntlet. Okay? Gets it, puts it on, and Tony grabs it. He doesn't get the gauntlet off of him, but he grabs it, and Thanos punches him off. Thanos snaps his fingers. Nothing happens. They show the gauntlet. All the stones are gone. Cut to Iron Man, and those fucking stones are crawling up his nanite, up the nanites, up the nanotech. I think that's why he was able to grab them. The nanites from his armor grabbed it from the other gauntlet because that was made of nanotech as well, and it just put them on his. He put that as, I bet you, he put that in as a safe, like a safe backup plan, just in case shit goes wrong, that he'll be able to do that. That's what fucking Iron Man does, dude. He doesn't trust anybody else but himself. Good thing, okay? The Infinity Stones are on his fucking hand, and before Thanos is able to snap, he says, "I am inevitable." Nothing happens. Fuck you, okay? And Iron Man grabs those bitches, okay? And they're crawling up his arm, and the power is just surging through his body, and he says, "And I am Iron Man." Oh, God, yes. Holy shit. Ugh. And then all of Thanos' army, Thanos, everybody, all the bad people, they turn to dust. Was that not beautiful? Fucking poetry. Okay? Started with him, it ends with him. He saves the universe. Oh my God. Beautiful. Beautiful. His death scene with Pepper, Spider-Man, and War Machine saying bye to him. Ouch. Okay? Ow. That was as bad as Logan dying. That might be worse than Logan dying. That might be worse than Wolverine dying for me. Wow. That... I've seen it twice. And both times I was a mess. Like a mess. Okay? Beautiful. Beautifully done. And his funeral with everybody there. Basically for the last 5 minutes of the film, I'm just dead. I'm just fucking in tears, dead. It was beautifully executed. Proof that Tony Stark has a heart flowing on the river. Mwah. Beautiful. And then, of course, we must talk about Cap returning the stones, setting all the timelines back, and then not returning to his jump point to the present day. He stayed back in the 40s or the 50s or the 60s. I don't know exactly. And stayed with Peggy and lived out the life that he wanted to live, that he missed out on. If we go over logistics, I don't know if it completely makes sense. Maybe he just kept the bracelet that was able to for him to determine what time period he was jumping to and jumping from and jumping back. I don't know the logistics, okay? What I do know is that him going back and living that alternate life did not affect everything that we've seen. Okay, so Captain America was alive up until that point. And the Avengers, all of that happened. All of that was real. That's not going to change. But his present body going back and living an alternate life and then coming back to the present to give Falcon the shield. Logistically, I'm still trying to wrap my head around how it works. Okay, we'll figure that out. Story-wise and poetically, I don't give a shit because it was beautiful. Him going back and getting that dance and living his life that he deserved and got to miss and he missed out on, and him actually getting that chance was hands down the best ending to Captain America that could have been written. The ending to these two characters, the ending to Iron Man and to Captain America were beautiful, poetic, satisfying, immense, just gratification, just beautiful. I couldn't have pictured it better. I couldn't have dreamed of it better. It was amazing. Thor is still open. He's with the Guardians of the Galaxy now. The Asgardians of the Galaxy, as he said. So maybe there'll be more Thor. Thor 4. Maybe he'll be in Guardians 3. I don't know. Really excited that they left that door open, though, because I feel like Chris Hemsworth is just now hitting his stride with this character. And he's got a lot more to give, so let's give it to him. But the ending of Cap and Iron Man and their stories and those characters were just... It just really set a cap on these last 10 years, 11 years of movies. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Best superhero movie I've ever seen. I'm not afraid to say that. Best superhero movie I've ever seen. It's up there with The Dark Knight. It's up there with Logan. I think I put it above them. As a standalone movie, it can't be the best just because so much happens from other movies that you have to watch the other ones. But as a Marvel fan, the best movie. The best movie. The payoff and everything. Just simply beautiful, you guys. There was a little hiccup in the middle of the podcast. Sorry if you heard that. Sorry if it didn't work out, but thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for enjoying this spoiler talk with me. Obviously, if you've stayed this long, you saw the movie, so let me know what you thought of it in the comments. Hit me up on Instagram at Garzanate. Search the hashtag Talking Tommy Rot. I'm always there. Yeah, guys, I'm going to go watch Avengers again probably tonight, so fuck it. Really, really enjoyed the movie. Again, let me know what you thought of it, will think of it. How many times are you going to watch it? You know, the whole nine. I love you all. Looking forward to the next Marvel movies to come out, and we'll be making videos on those too. So catch you nerds later. See you on the other side. And bye 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 bye. Stop. Just stop. Okay. Bye.